I think Taimur became the first
Yeah.
kid that got papped, and then that's where it started. And I think it's so much more for him. But I have to say that sometimes even we don't know what to do about it. Issues with each other are the very same that they were. Like I will get annoyed with the same habits that she has, and she will get annoyed by the same habits that I had. Only once or twice I'd seen some pictures taken from a zoom lens when the kids were at a pool or something. That I don't think is cool.
So for everyone who has watched Malang will agree that Kunal Khemu was the best part about the film. And also the biggest surprise package. Today we have Kunal joining us for a conversation only on Pink Villa. How have you been?
Very good, and it's so good to be here on this couch chatting with
See,
you.
finally. It's been like a year and I've been after you. This has to be on camera that I've been after him and this has happened. So I have to first start off by asking, in Kalank you are the surprise package. In Malang you are the surprise package. What is with you being the surprise package in all the films?
You know, I've been asked this question a lot of times that you're underrated and you've not got your due. So I think it's time for me to start surprising people so that, you know, it starts to kind of manifest now everything that I want for it to happen. But on a serious note, I'm very happy, you know. These were not so much Kalang, but Malang definitely was a slightly tricky part to kind of, you know, when you read it and when you hear it, you still don't know how it's going to kind of add up. And I'm very relaxed. First thing was I took a deep breath and I was like, oh, it's worked. Like people have accepted that character and they're liking it. But the kind of love that came with it, it was just amazing, man. And I feel so humbled and blessed that, and it also motivates me to keep taking these kind of risks from time and again. And I hope that it kind of keeps paying off the way it has now.
But has it ever happened, like you know, when you talk about risks, has it ever happened where you've regretted not doing a film, like maybe to break the clutter? And like you said that people for longest time have thought of you as a comic actor. Was there ever a film that you feel that, oh shit, I should have done it?
Yes, there is. But I'll tell you, and I was telling Gattu recently, I was supposed to do Rock On and Arjun's part in it.
Oh.
And I just, because I was 22, I was 21 when I did Kalyug, and I think I was 23 then. And even though I loved this whole space, it was going to be the first rock film and all of that, I just couldn't wrap my head around being a father to an 8 or 10 year old. And I was telling Gattu, I said, it was so stupid of me at that point of time to just on that basis say that maybe this is not right. I could have come to you and discussed that, listen, I am 23. Do you want to take the kid like lesser in age and all that? But you know, honestly, I came from a place because I've been a child actor.
Yeah.
And I was always, the associations of somebody who's a director and a writer, it was always, and I still am very respectful, but I used to always feel that, if I go and tell this person that you should change this, he'll think, who the hell does he think he is, you know. So because of all of those things, I think I sometimes also got misunderstood. I was always like, I am not in a position to tell somebody that you should change your script and make this character like me, which today, like I know if there was a film like that, I'd be like, listen, I really want to do that part, but I think these are the things that will not, so can you please change them or like convince me how I will play. Then I was telling Gattu, I said, should have let you bother about the fact that how will I look like a father to an 8 or 10 year old at that point of time. Why did I have to think about it? So yeah, that is one film that I do regret.
Kalank didn't work, but you were appreciated the most in the film. Actually, people have gone on records saying that you were the best part about the film. So is with Malang. Do you see your career steering towards something more beautiful from here on?
I can only hope. I've realized that this planning and imagining is a very short-lived dream, if I may say so, because I don't think a lot of strategies work out. I've realized over the years that I'm not the best person when it comes to PR, and I've been told time and again that is very important, and I've always, maybe I'm lazy at it, maybe I'm not just equipped to kind of, I don't know what is the thing that I should do and what is going to sell, and honestly I don't want to do things that I don't enjoy doing, and that's how I choose my work also. I said that the only thing I can do right now is go on set and enjoy the work that I'm doing, because nobody knows what's going to work. I would rather go down with a ship that I at least enjoy being a part of than to go down with a ship that I would have said कि ये तो मुझे पता था नहीं होता.
Also, you know, a lot gets talked about modern marriages today. Your and Soha's is something that it's a fairy tale love story in this world जहाँ पे dating का ज़माना है, but I think you guys are changing the norms and it's beautifully so. You've completed 5 years if I'm not wrong.
Yes.
What are the things that you get annoyed with her after 5 years, and what are the things that she gets annoyed with that you haven't been able to change?
I think they're almost the same. I mean, we've been together for almost 11 years
Yeah.
now. We've been married for 5. Issues with each other are the very same that they were. Like, I will get annoyed with the same habits that she has, and she will get annoyed by the same habits that I've had before.
Which are?
Like with her, the thing is that she likes specific things to eat, and then sometimes she'll ask for something, and then she just wants it in front of her. Like coffee, le aao. Green tea, le aao. ये shake, वो भी चाहिए. अरे, but why are you keeping all of them? You're not gonna. I know she's not gonna finish them. She's like, no, I will finish them. And obviously they'll never get finished, and they'll all be there. I'll be like, why don't you just leave it there? So I'm saying this is like one of those very stupid things, but these are the things. And with me, I'll obviously say something that she will get offended by, and then she'll be like, now you said it, now you want to talk about it, and then later you'll be like, listen, I didn't mean to say it, and then we'll have to brush it under the carpet. We'll never talk about it. I mean, I like to kind of move on and like say like, listen, if we agree to disagree, it's best to say
Leave it
that.
at that.
Let's leave it there.
But
We're not never going to reach a solution.
Also today, parenting has become such a big issue, especially with industry kids, because of the constant intrusion into your personal life that has happened because of the boom of social media. How do you maintain that balance? Like Inaya, wherever she goes, there is always a camera following. Somebody or the other is almost capturing her every moment of her life. How do you deal with that?
Actually, that's something that we are also it's so new. Like this whole paparazzi culture did not exist even when I started off. It was just at press conferences. I remember there was 3 years ago for the first time when I realized when I came out of a restaurant and there was a flash. I was like, hey, what's up? And I thought they were just passing by but then it became a thing. So like none of us really knew the first. I think Taimur became the first kid that got papped, and then that's where it started. And I think it's so much more for him. Sometimes even we don't know what to do about it. But what I managed to understand is that I didn't want to scare Inaya by every time if there was a flash to hide away from it for her to, because I don't know how they see it. At least we know what this is. Like I often get asked, oh, they're stars already. I said they don't even have this idea of what are we doing. Inaya doesn't even know that I'm an actor, what a film is. She doesn't even have TV time as of now. So I try to understand what they must see this as. Like, what is this thing that is flashing? And so obviously I don't think this is right for them. But having said that, I see that there is a curiosity. So if we are going to a function which is a public gathering and if we have decided to take them, I think it's okay if we are there and they get clicked and go. What I have a problem with is invasion of privacy.
True.
But having said that, I have to say that they've been courteous enough so far that if I've told them that please do this picture and then let us be, they've done that. Only once or twice I'd seen some pictures taken from a zoom lens when the kids were at a pool or something. That I don't think is cool, and I hope that we do not kind of drift away in that direction.
Also, a lot has been spoken because Saif and Kareena have also said about this. Like you said, Taimur, the obsession about Taimur is like earth-shattering across the nation. And they've always wondered, and they've always told me in interviews that I don't understand that why are people interested in somebody else's kids so much. This is the same with Inaya, because I think both of them have become these two. Their pictures get sold at the highest rates. Do you even know that?
I've heard that.
Yeah. So does that bother you as a parent? Do you discuss it when there's a family gathering? Do you guys discuss it ever?
No, not really. I mean, the only time I think it got discussed was when this was the first time that it was said, and I remember at some point Tim had said media wale, and like I don't think he knew what it was, but because he would keep hearing somebody say, "Arey, yahan se jaldi chalte hain, media wale." I think he associated with that. So I remember we were there and he said that Tim for the first time said, "Hey, media wale." So that was the only time we talked about it. But I think separately also as parents, like I said, I don't know what the right or wrong about this is. But we're taking it on an instinctive level right now. And if it ever feels like it's crossing the line, the first thing would be to reach out and request and say that now this is not cool. And I don't know, like in fact the other day it was so weird that we had gone for a Ganpati and we came down and I was walking now and we were getting into the car and I was opening the door and I knew and I was piche and she kind of walked towards the paps and she was just like smiling, and because she thought that this is the same thing that when sometimes we go on holiday and we are taking pictures, they're taking pictures, so for her she was smiling. So that's the time when I was thinking, I don't know how she sees it or Tim sees it or how the kids see it, and I think it also puts an unnecessary attention towards them, and I don't know if it's good for them. So at some point, I mean, we might slowly start taking a back step.
Last time we had spoken was during Golmaal, and I remember that time Sara was just debuting, and you said that you have a lot of conversations with Sara and Ibrahim, and with Ibrahim about cricket and all, and Sara, because you're closer to their age and they're very comfortable with you. What kind of discussions do you have with her right now that she's already debuted, and with Ibrahim also becoming he's turned an adult?
I don't think I'm very close to their age, but yeah, I mean, if you compare it.
No, but they're close to you.
Yeah, I mean,
in terms of temperament.
I'm no, yeah, I know what you're saying, but I remember when we were shooting for Kalyug, they were both babies who did come to set, and like Sara was all of 8 or 9, and Iggy was about 4 or 5, like, and I've seen them since then, and then obviously I've seen them at different stages of their life. Sara has always been a very confident girl who knew exactly what she wanted, and she was very studious also. She's like I said, she's a very studious girl, and she went to Columbia, and that counts for something. And so, like I said, she's intelligent, she's confident, and she's a lot of fun. You've seen she's a goofball when she wants to be.
She said, I have no filter.
Yeah, I said, I don't know who will take you seriously because you don't take yourself seriously, but that's who she is, and she's lovely.
You know, the good thing about you and Saif, you guys have similar cultures and I think similar ideologies. He recently said in an interview when you guys were dating, the equation was very different because he was being protective as a brother, and this changed over the years as he got to know you. How would you react to that?
I think even then he was being protective as a brother towards me, not so much towards Soha, because I've had like, he's always like, the first time we met and like Soha told me he really liked you and we were playing at a game of pool, and the first thing he noticed was he said he's got big biceps. I was like, that's pretty cool. But I've always been very fond of him. Like I said, so firstly before meeting him he was Saif Ali Khan, this style icon, this actor doing wonderful stuff, and I was a big Langda Tyagi fan. But like I'm saying, he's also somebody because it's very easy to get lost because like we said, we never talked about films, we talked about sport, we talked about his interests are so vivid and like so different, and you know, travel and all of this, and I really think he's a very cool guy.
Yeah, he's very
If you have an interaction with him, he can be the life of the party because he'll talk about so many things, and that's how we connected. And so I think what he did mean was he was more protective towards me.
You know, you've been one of the coolest people, and people who don't know you should know this, that you are amazing to talk to. Like, I've always had fun conversations. I think with you and Saif, I think it's very unfiltered. You guys really don't care about PR, which is amazing. And thank you for this lovely conversation. I hope and pray that you grow by leaps and bounds because you deserve it.
Thank you so much, man.
Thank you.
Lovely, thanks. Hi, this is Kunal Kemu, and if you like/love this video, please like, share and subscribe to Pinkvilla.